Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Sunday the 16th of February 2025. In today's Millwall news, we got this. It's the lowdown. I love the lowdown from the South London Press. It's basically a condensed alternative match report, because obviously if you've seen the match on the television or you've been to the match, why do you need someone to tell you what's happened in the match? You were there. So we've got basically bits and pieces that come out from the game. So first of all, snapshot of the game. Mill had a dream start with Jay Cooper heading home from Femi Aziz's cross for his 27th goal for the club. The hosts had not been troubled until Darnell Furlong's cross came off the leg of Joe Bryan and ended up rolling into Lucas Jensen's net in the 26th minute. No disputing the Lions had the better opportunities. The XG backs that up. Wildsmith made saves from Cooper and Camille Negley, and there were some other nearly moments. A few of which from Kundal, I believe, following up on the shots from Negley. Tactical approach. Two changes made by head coach Alex Neil as Billy Mitchell came into central midfield with George Saville dropping to the bench. Negley was also placed on the subs list with Femi Aziz returning on the left wing. Mill pressed so well in a front-footed opening 25 minutes. At least of the starting attackers Mihailo Ivanovic, Luke Kundal and Aaron Connolly had fairly quiet afternoons. Connolly had strapping on his right leg. Negley impacted more when he was brought on. The winger had 4 efforts in 25 minutes. The other attempts came from Cooper 3, Tanganga 2, and with Denor, Bryan and Aziz all on 1. Star man, Joe Bryan. People might think I'm mad. It's not me. Who wrote this? Richard Corley wrote this. Joe Bryan. Well, he's probably, he's former Fulham player, and he probably likes Joe Bryan. He supports Fulham. People might think, oh mad, but let me explain why. Yes, the left back scored an own goal for the second game running, but he set the tone early on with his aggressive handling of former Millwall favourite Jed Wallace, carries an attacking threat with his desire to get forward, but he also was number one in this match for passes, touches, tackles and clearances. Made one superb challenge on Jason Malumbi late on to get Tanganga out of jail after he softly lost possession in a dangerous area. Yes. We'll get into it. No, I'm going to talk about that now, actually. Joe Bryan has been reborn. Now, why has he been reborn? Not just this game. He had decent games. He's had decent games for the past probably 3 or 4 games. Why has that happened? Some people suggesting, it's Alex Neil, and Alex Neil's come in. He's probably put a word in his ear, an arm around his shoulder, all that good stuff, and Joe Bryan's responded. It could be as well what you don't see behind the scenes. I don't know anything. I'm not suggesting this is what's happened, but the January transfer window closes. Squads are set until the summer. Players whose contracts are up in the summer can start speaking to clubs right now. So, Joe Bryan's agent, probably speaking to clubs, or trying to. Maybe they're phoning around, trying to get meetings, which in this day and age is easier to do. You've got the old Zoom meetings. Don't have to travel and talk to people face to face. You can do Zoom meetings. So let's say Joe Bryan's agent is trying to get meetings with clubs, directors, football managers, whatever, about signing in the summer if his contract at Millwall doesn't get renewed, and no one is picking up the phone, no one's responding to your messages, no one is interested in signing you. Because I think is he 31, 32? So there you're like, the penny's dropped. The penny's dropped, and Joe Bryan needs to make an effort on the pitch and play some decent football. Is that what happens? Like I said, I have no idea. Maybe, it could be Alex Neil. It could be the Alex Neil effect. Or it could be things behind the scenes with a contract. Maybe I should put an effort in. And I hope it certainly isn't the latter. because all of a sudden, we were promised this former Premier League player. He's done well. He scored winning goals in Championship playoff finals, and we haven't seen it. Now, to be fair, last season he was apparently carrying a groin injury and he was still playing with that groin injury, and he had surgery on it in the summer. So, to be fair, he was playing injured. But the fact that we're just seeing the best of Joe Bryan now, 4 months before his contract's about to run out, I mean, where was this Joe Bryan before, my friend? Where was he before? So there you go. We wait to see where he ends up. Will he still be at Millwall? If not, Steve Gallen's got to get a new left back. The best moment, Cooper's goal, as his cross was bang on the money. Bosh, West Brom boss Tony Mowbray was unhappy that Semi Ajayi had not made sure he was marking Mill's towering defender when the ball came into the box. Instead, it was a mismatch as Cooper got away from Usman Diakite. Moan of the match, thought that there could have been more than 4 minutes added. Wallace received treatment after his injury in the second period, which ended up forcing him off. When you add in the subs, made it feel like we should have had at least another 1 minute or two. With Mill pushing for a winner, it could have given them one more chance to snatch a win. I guess. Talking point down the pub. That Mill produced a reaction from the shock 5-1 loss at Plymouth on Wednesday night. Mill's 11th draw of the season leaves them in mid-table, 8 points behind West Brom, who occupy the final playoff position but have played a fixture more. What the boss had to say. I was really pleased today, but it would have been topped off if you'd won the game. As far as application, aggression, understanding what it means, showing the passion on the pitch from the players, I thought they did brilliantly. Exactly. So that's the lowdown from the game. And now, today's Sunday, tomorrow's Monday. Yep, stay with me here. And then on Tuesday, we go again. We got Preston away in the evening, but during the day there is also an under-21s game. Big game for the under-21s, London derby. And Mill have announced early on, they've announced it early, they've done it on the Sunday, that it's going to be on Millwall TV! Exclamation mark. So this is obviously from millfc.co.uk, the club's official website. Mill under-21s take on Charlton Athletic in the Professional Development League on Tuesday, the 18th of February. Kick-off at 1 p.m. and subscribers to Millwall TV can watch the game for free. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Millwall TV Plus unless they've rebranded it. So if you're subscribed to Millwall TV Plus, which is well worth the money, fantastic stuff. It's 50 quid a year, 60 quid a year. Well, 60 to me, but when I looked for a video the other day, it said it was 50. So Kevin Nugent's side head to Prince's Park, the home of Dartford Football Club, which is where Charlton play their home games. Charlton under-21s, with 7 wins in a row under their belt. Stream will be available on Millwall TV for subscribers, but with match passes also available if you don't subscribe to Millwall TV Plus for the price of £4. So there you go. You can watch, if you're a couch potato, you can watch 2 games. You can watch Millwall under-21s play Charlton under-21s at 1 p.m. and on Sky Sports Plus streaming service, or on Millwall TV if you're abroad. You buy a match pass and you can watch Preston North End away. It's a double header. Now, of course, because the game is being held at Prince's Park, you can do this thing where you leave your house and you go to the games and you're there in the stands and you're literally like at the same place that the players are. It's this new thing that they call real life. And you can do that, and we'll find out about that tomorrow. I'll leave it in a video because we're waiting for Charlton to put up the details for that. But I would imagine it's something like £5 to get in. So you could do that as well. Fantastic stuff there. Obviously, I would imagine it's going to be quite a young team, although it is a big game because we obviously their players will be travelling to Preston away for this game. Well, it's kick-off at 1 p.m. So, what was that? 1:45, 2:45, 3. If they left at 3 o'clock, could they get to Preston? Probably not. Be a bit risky, wouldn't it? So just to show you how big a game this is, obviously Millwall 7 wins in a row. They're playing Charlton, who are at the moment are top of the league, but they played one more game than us and 2 more games than Brentford. And we are chasing Charlton because you would imagine Brentford a good team. They've got those 2 games in hand. They'll get something from that. They won't get nothing. They've got a game in hand than us, Brentford, and 2 on Charlton. So we are chasing Charlton. To be fair, though, I'm pretty sure. I had a look earlier in the season. Most Charlton's results have come against the northern teams, and the northern section is not very strong. They're very poor teams in the north. Don't have a lot of money historically. That's how it goes, and it comes through to this day. So this is a big game. Millwall on 36, Charlton on 37. Win that game. We're still going to have a game in hand of them, but we're going to be 2 points above them. Lovely stuff. And we only have to finish in the top 2. And then we go through to the semi-finals of the national competition. And we'll play one of the northern teams. So big game on Tuesday. On Tuesday at 1 p.m. GMT. Now, moving on to this. I told you I'll do it, and I'm doing it. I'm a man of my word. MillwallSupportersClub.co.uk. Yep, they still exist, MSC. They're still going. They had a meeting with the club on the 6th of February 2025. And there are meetings. What are minutes? Minutes from the meeting. And they were published on MillwallSupportersClub.co.uk. And we're going to look at them now, because it's mostly about tickets, really. There's not much else going on. If we just zoom in, can you see okay? Or we'll do that. That one's fun. So you got this meeting. It's a packed house. About 20 people there. So from Millwall Football Club, MFC, we've got Mark Fairbrother, Max McClellan, Paul Sayer, love his music, Paul Sayer, Emma Parker, Prue Buckley, Alex Russell, Oliver Kirk, and Luke Freeman. Luke Freeman, the geezer who used to play for us. Was he on loan from Sheffield United? Why is he there? Mill Supporters Club, MSC, Catherine Gale, Michael Avery, Wayne Stoneham, Steve Turner, Joe Gushlow, Jamie Cole, and Jamal Allen. So, what did they talk about? Well, let's find out. Here we go. You ready for this? Season tickets. The price of single home match tickets are competitive with other clubs, but season ticket prices are very low compared with others. The difference in season ticket income compared with other clubs is around circa £500,000. This was also compared to clubs with larger stadiums and more season ticket holders. Well, yeah, you can't compare apples and oranges. You need to do this thing called per capita. So per capita, you take, what would you do? I guess you take the season ticket income from a club and divide it by the number of seats in their stadium. Is that how you would do that? I guess that's how you would do that. And then you would get their season ticket income per seat. And you would compare it that way, I guess. And then, how's that compare? MFC staff, interesting. So they've got this here. They've got all these people here. They've got their initials, but then you don't tell us who it was. You just say MFC staff. Okay. Ask the MSC's thoughts on the amount of concessions, as it seems we have a lot of categories covering a lot of sections. Some of these categories are questionable. For example, an under 12 category, when under 14 is the youngest age group who can watch a game unaccompanied, and the range of categories can create confusion with stewarding on a match day. The MSC asked why there are so many categories, and some of this is legacy and the renaming of some groups, and agreed that the concessions need a review to be more streamlined. Well, the thing is, I think you want kids to come earlier, and if they can come earlier, you would imagine that we assume, obviously the experts haven't studied it, so, you can't point to that and say, the experts say. But you ask people when they first started going, and a lot of it is when they were kids, and then I think the next one is basically when they were like, people turned 18 and 19 and they just started going to stuff on their own. When they became adults and they thought, okay, what should I do with my life? Let's go to this thing. One of the concession group is 18 to 21, and that's, that I thought when they brought that in, that was quite interesting, even though I wasn't qualified for that. Basically what it was is just it's an extension of what they used to do called a student discount. You have to have your National Union of Students card, but do we want to really encourage students going down there? Have you seen them at the moment? You see them every weekend in London, Philistines protesting for Palestine. These people are radical nutjobs. So, extending that just to everyone who's 18 to 21, whether they decided to go to college or not, I think that's a good idea. What else have we got? Obviously, a lot of clubs, I mentioned this previously, Tottenham and other clubs, they're getting rid of their OAP discount because they don't care. Like, why are they giving you a discount? You can sit your OAP arse at home and watch on TV, and they can sell your seat to a Korean who'll come in from Korea, South Korea, the good Korea, and take pictures of Sonny Boy, whatever he's called. So, that's the way it's going. Obviously, the population's getting older and older and older. So, if most of your customers are OAPs, we're giving most of our customers a discount. Can't have that. We can't have that. So, yeah. But, we'll see about that. KG and MA, so that's from MSC, Catherine Gale and Michael Avery, asked how the amount of the above categories compared with other clubs, and it was confirmed that a lot of clubs have just an under 18 concession, so MFC have more cost effective tickets for fans than other clubs do. Although the club do sell a large number of season tickets to children and the younger concessions, the family enclosures are hard to sell area, as some families have been sitting in the same seats for years and their families have grown up there. Well, yes, but you don't mention here in the minutes why that is. Why is it hard to sell? Because you moved it. Because it was in the West Lower and you moved it into the East Upper. The kids wanted to be at ground level, partly because where there were seats and they've been ripped out, there's kind of like an extra space for the kids to run up and down. Obviously, a lot of people moaning about that, which they can't do in the upper thing. They could run in the concourses, but obviously they would be within a few feet of the players. They would see the players there when the players come for a throw-in. They would shout at them and scream, hey, yeah, all that thing. So, and a lot of them, when the family enclosure got moved, they had to make a choice. Okay, what do I do? Do I go and move up there and save money, or do I stay down here? And take the hit that it might be a bit more expensive. So that's cost them money to stay there, but they've chosen to stay there. MFC have mentioned that there's a number of incidents where adults have been trying to... I mentioned this in yesterday's thing, which is a lot of people pointing to this, is maybe this is why the kickoff was delayed. For both of them, we're trying to get in using kids' season tickets for both the midweek game with Cardiff City and the game with QPR as examples. One turnstile in the East Stand had a number of attempts in double figures. This caused a confrontation with stewards, aggressive challenging and delays for other fans who were waiting to get in. Although both MFC and MSC did say they were not the only club who experiences this, both were in agreement that this isn't acceptable, can also lead to the club losing a noticeable revenue across the season as a whole. People are going to try it on. A lot of people, they're weirdly aggressively like supporting this kind of thing. You know, like they support people who travel on the trains for free and stuff like that as well. Yeah, it is what it is, I guess. But, I mean, where is the, what would you call it? Grifting? What's the thing where you steal stuff from pilfering? Like, where's the line? Where's the line in pilfering? If you take light bulbs out of where, is that stealing? If you take a pen, like, if you take the toilet paper, if you bring your own empty rolls in and you roll the toilet paper from work onto your own cardboard tube, where's the line with being a thief and being a bit scummy? I don't know. It's not for me to decide. It's up to you. Season ticket prices will be going up. Confirmed. And will over the coming seasons. Yes. This is yet to be determined. Our MFC has had price freezes over the past few seasons, and with other costs and items going up around the club, there is a need for an increase. Yes. Was it national insurance contributions? Thanks to this failing Labour government. You may have noticed your shops near you closing down. Get used to that. Get used to that. Next 4 years, it's going to be a long old 4 years. Yeah, and this is gonna, everyone's gonna lose their shit over this because everyone's of the mind, well, what have you done for me lately? And, you know, well, the season ticket prices are frozen for 3 years. Yeah, but. And that's the thing where I mentioned where before that, you know, I used to work for a place and they had this thing where they put the prices up every year. It might be 50 pence, it might be 25 pence, you know, a pound here or there. No, you put the prices up every year because there's inflation every year. And you're trying to freeze the prices. It might look good, it might be a PR stunt, but eventually you're going to have to put the prices up. And instead of doing like 50 pence a year, you have to do tenner every 5 years or 20 quid every 5 years. And then people are suddenly going to see the prices of the things that they're buying jump up by 20 quid. And they're going to be, yo, what the fuck? What's happening? It's going to be a shock to the system, and they're not going to like it. So you should put the prices up every year, little by little. You know, a pound here, a pound there, every year. Whatever. Season ST and WS. Who's that? Steve Turner and someone else. WS? Wayne Stoneham. Mentioned season ticket vouchers, but these would not work as experience from other clubs and sports suggested fans would only pick or choose games of high category interest, and those with lower appeal would not be attended. The club membership card scheme offers a chance to get benefits of a season ticket without the large financial commitment if fans can't get to all the games. So yeah, they do a £6 discount if you buy in advance if you're a member. You know, there are, you know, which is. This is how it's going now, you know, loyalty schemes and stuff like that. You see club card, it's getting ridiculous in Tesco's with the club card prices. You know, they got the price of a thing, and then, but if you've got a club card, they take like a £5 or a £10 off. Like, it's pretty insane, the discounts you can get. Why are they doing that? I don't know why they're doing that. I assume they sell your stuff to information to companies that target you with ads and stuff. Or whether it's just whether they're inflating the normal price so then they can then do a discount price for savers, but that's the normal price anyway that they would have done, but they're putting in a new price. So I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, this thing, like, I don't what they're talking about season ticket vouchers, like carnet tickets they used to be called. Like, you would buy like a mini season ticket, which I guess what the half season ticket is. Now, the thing with the half season ticket, I always found it interesting. They only do the half season ticket halfway through the season, don't they? They don't sell it in August. They don't sell a half season ticket in August. You know why it is? Because if you have a shit fucking start to the season, people ain't gonna fucking come back. And they're like, yeah, fuck this shit. I ain't coming back. I ain't buying a half-season ticket for the second half of the season. So, yeah. That's, they make you buy a full season ticket, and then halfway through, oh, we're having a good season. Do you want to buy a half season ticket? They don't do two half season tickets, do they? Disabled concessions and season ticket holders. Without divulging any personal details or GDPR breaches, obviously they wouldn't do that. Millwall Football Club confirmed that there were over 300 disabled season tickets for fans this season. Each season ticket for disabled fans has a carer's season ticket, which has been given to them for free so they can assist the disabled fan. So there you go. So obviously this is disabled in terms of, well, let's read the next one. Our acceptance for fan disability is in the medium-high range, and these disabilities can be visible and invisible. Well, I just say, if you're fucking invisible, that's a bit of a disability, isn't it? Have you seen that film, The Invisible Man? Fucking hell, it had a rough old time, didn't he? Chevy Chase. As a comparison with other clubs, Blackburn Rovers, as an example, has less than 20 disabled season tickets allocated this season. That's kind of hard to believe, isn't it? You'd imagine like a place like Blackburn, they're full of like people scamming the benefits, but not big football fans. Maybe they go to like the cricket. Maybe they go to Pakistan versus England, games like that. So 300 disabled. Obviously, disabled is not like just in a wheelchair, because fucking getting 300 wheelchairs in there. I think they have the disabled area is in the west lower. I think it is for the home fans. It's at the back of the stand, so they're at the top. And that's where the wheelchairs go. So there you go. Although both MFC and MSC agree that all disabled fans should come to games with a carer, there have been instances where carers have been coming in with their season ticket to games without the person who has a disability, therefore gaining free entry to games. As some disabilities are both visible and invisible, not all of these tickets are in the disabled area, so clearly they're not forcing you to be in a certain area if you're disabled, which is fair. You want to be with your friends, like, if you've been going for a while and then you get disabled, you don't want to have to just suddenly be thrown into the pen with all the other disability people and are throughout the stadium. Both MFC and MSC wholeheartedly agree the need for carers to be at games for fans with disabilities and additional needs. However, we feel that carers should only be using a carer-specific season ticket when there is someone there who requires their assistance. So they mention this, they don't mention what they're going to do. How hard are they going to crack the nut? I don't know, but I mean, to be fair, come on, here's the thing though. Carrot stick. They should have an avenue for the person, because obviously they're not in the disabled area, they're around the ground. How do they pay to get in? Do they already have a ticket? How do they pay to get in and sit in their same seat? Can you give them a function where maybe they don't pay a full price? Maybe they pay less and they would do that. Maybe do something like that. Give them the option, to declare themselves going to the game but without their disabled person in attendance. And that's the thing, if that disabled person isn't going to be there, then maybe they're in hospital, or here's another thing, what if they died? What if they've died and what, you're going to tell the geezer who was bringing him in, like, he's in a bit of grief, he's going to the games, and you're gonna tell him, hey, you can fuck off. That's going to be a bit touchy, that's going to be a bit... Yeah, that is going to be a bit touchy, but so that's interesting. Stadium era ticket pricing. This is a thing that mentioned how they might be changing a thing, right? So, A number of different scenarios were discussed on how ticketing should be priced for next season. This also depends on which areas of the ground you sit in with regards to the view that you see, and not just the block or stand you are in. It was agreed that a number of sports have sections of the stadium which are priced more depending on where seats are and the view of the pitch, but it was mentioned that these are stadiums with a noticeable impact on the view due to their size: Wembley, Twickenham and Premier League stadiums. MA commented that the view from Block 1 isn't usually different to Block 3, so would be a noticeable price increase be justified. JA stated that you can also put view down to personal taste rather than physical location. Well, I can tell you, and I imagine that Acton Millwall, Nick Hart from Acton Millwall would agree, that in the top corner of Block 1 you can't see the scoreboard, and from the east upper now part of the set, you can't see the scoreboard because they put up a wooden barrier so that the home fans can't see the away fans. So now you can't see the scoreboard. So should they pay the same amount? Don't know. Although the above points were taken, the majority of the season tickets are in the central section of the stands, so this can be used to suggest that these are the areas with the best view. Indeed. If you try to buy a ticket for a home game very early, as soon as they go on sale, you'll see that most of the sections of Block 3 and Block 4 will be gone because they're season tickets. And people want to sit in those seats. That's where they want to go. And if you've ever sat there on a consistent basis, you see the same people year after year after year, and you see them, grow up. They start bringing their kids, and it's all the circle of life. Consistency pricing between the East Stand and the West Stand was discussed and agreed that they should be more streamlined, as the West Stand has been paying more for a ticket in the stand, even though the view from the other side is exactly the same, only mirrored. Incorrect. The sun is in your eyes. The sun is in your eyes. Da, 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 da. The sun is in your eyes in the East Stand. A lot of people, I've seen them, they bring sunglasses. You can see them when the sun is shining, they hold their hands up so they can watch the game. So it isn't exactly the same, it isn't exactly the same. The amount of windows and time frames for fans to buy season ticket holders was also brought up. There are currently 3 windows to buy your season ticket. Was it Super Saver, and what was that one? Just normal, I guess. But MFC and MSC agreed that this could be reduced to 2 to avoid the confusion of timeframes and all the different categories. So what, you're going to get rid of one of the savings? That's not very cool. Season ticket benefits. MM. Who's MM? Who's that? Max McClellan? Max McClellan, MM. Open conversations to ask whether people would subscribe and or tune into Millwall TV Plus if there was a benefit in with season tickets like a discount. Jay agreed the content is good and worth watching, and perhaps a review video of what has already been seen over the season to show fans what they would be getting for their money. Well, you could do that. Like, you could just let people. I don't know how easy this would be to do, to flick a switch. I guess it might be a bit annoying. What happens in June? What happens in, I guess July you got pre-season. What happens in May and June? Let people open it up for a month in May or June and let people see all of the back content, and then you start pushing it when that month is about to end. Or you do it season, like, this is all the stuff from this season. Do you want to see the stuff from next season? And I've said, like I said, it's good stuff. It's £50 a season. they put so much stuff out there. I don't even watch all of it, and I still think it's worthy of paying the money. And they say here, Millwall TV Plus generated around £85,000 for the club. Was that net or gross? Which is a great achievement, and the club would like to see if they can generate the same amount of money. Indeed, is that just from subscriptions? Did they sell ads on it? Do they sell ads on it? Why not? Be interesting. JG and JC mentioned that not all the perks and benefits from season tickets are advertised enough, and not all fans know of these, so they could be highlighted more. Both KG and ST mentioned that there was a season ticket meal option in the concourses, but not all fans know of this either. Neither or either. MA suggested more benefits and promotions for younger fans, which AR confirmed that there are numerous events and opportunities to be matchday mascots, and the club are always working hard to come up with new ideas for junior lions to enjoy the matchday experience and events at the Den more. Bring back the relay, even if you just do it with home fans. That's fun, where you get the kids running around the ground at half time, and that was good stuff. I like that. Obviously you want to encourage the kids not to be fat bastards these days, get them to lose some weight. So let's get them running around the pitch. Why not? AOB, Aidan O'Brien, what? It was reported that toilets in the home end are out of order at some games due to vandalism. Who's doing that? This is also the case in the sensory room in the family enclosure, which has been left with a lot of damaged equipment, and we were showing photos to confirm this. Both the MFC and MSC agree that it is completely unacceptable and therefore creates more problems at the ground. Yeah, that's the thing, you set up these things like the sensory room and stuff, and we didn't realise they have to be maintained. There's the council building this and building that. So yeah, that's good. You want to maintain it? It's like all these train stations as well getting lifts, and half the time they're fucking not working. So bruh, you need to have an engineer ready to fix it because they break down. But what can you do? Who's vandalising home toilets? Why are you doing that? If you want to vandalise the toilet, go to an away game. No, don't do that. Don't break the law. Don't do that. If you want to vandalise a toilet, buy a toilet and smash it up yourself. I mean, how much do they? It can't be that much. The soap in the toilets is always topped up, but as above, they are found to be vandalised and need attention. You sure they're just not broken? I think they mean, the thing where you push it. They break, especially someone gives it a bit too much. There's a spring in there and a bit of plastic. It's all plastic. So that little bit of plastic, if that bends off, it's not going to work. But then obviously they're not going to pay the money for the ones where you just put your hand under and it just automatically drops it out. With regards to no hot water, the club confirmed all plumbing works are carried out and will look into why the water is cold. Well, the water will be cold because it's nothing to do with the plumbing. It's going to do with the boiler. Fan Zone Catering has comments that the food isn't of great quality and variety, but other feedback from the other areas suggests that a lot like the food, and the club will also keep exploring new options in the fan zone and concourses to improve the matchday experience. Oh man, you can't be moaning about that. Obviously people moan about the prices, but it's night and day, innit? It's night and day compared to what it was. And the club didn't do fucking jack shit until the Millwall Cafe opened up. Someone had the idea, this industrial unit, why don't we put a cafe here? And they opened that up, and then, we've got some competition. Maybe we should sell food in the fucking ground. Oh, shit. And it's not genius. You're looking around, you're seeing in London, you've got all these food trucks and stuff that are coming out, they're opening up, they're going to these events, they're going to, business districts selling lunch to office workers and stuff. They're going to summer events, summer festivals, they drive up there in their vans and they sell the food and then they drive home. So going to Millwall Football Club's car park, an hour before the game, selling food and then going home, that's a piece of piss for them. They do that shit all day. The PA system was mentioned as not being good in some areas of the building. The entertainment system is separate to the emergency system, and there are talks and discussions to improve these. The emergency system is working correctly and at the right volumes. Well, that's good to know. MFC are looking at installing toilet facilities in the fan zone for fans to use for all genders. For all genders, it's only 2 genders, mate. Some options are expensive to run but are being looked at, so they are in good condition for all. So outside lavies for the fan zone. A replica, here we go, a replica of the 1988 league trophy from Division 1 promotion season has been ordered and will be displayed. So this is Barclays Division, what was Barclays Division 2, was it at the time? Barclays Division 2 trophy. Division 1? Well, we got promoted Division 1, but we were Division 2 winners. Wasn't like triangular, wasn't it? So they've ordered a replica, and is it going to be made out of plastic? Is it coming from China? How long is it going to take? So obviously, well, the club was founded in 1885. This year is 2025, and I think they've said for next that's like something like 140 years or something, which is kind of weird anniversary to celebrate 140. Why wouldn't you just wait to 150? Wouldn't that be bigger? But hey ho. So what's that for though? They going to be displayed when, where? Interesting. Any safe standing installation will be trialled in the away end first before being trialled in areas where there is demand or request from large sections of the stadium. MSC has been asked to reach out to fans for feedback and comment. Well, when's that going to happen? Has anyone heard anything about that from MSC? So they're going to put the safe standing in the away end. Lower or upper, or both? KG has requested for the club and the MSC to sit with the local council, public transport boards and other local authorities to try and help fans with their journey to the Den on the match day, as every way you travel to the ground has obstacles and delays. Yes, well, you know. Sadiq Khan's London, you know, and they want to make it worse. I told you the other day about the cycle route. They spent all this money on a cycle route behind South Bermondsey, and now they're scared to ride in the dark. It's too scary. So they want a cycle route to go down Surrey Canal Road and up Ilden Road, so that'll make things even more worse. And they'll get the money for it. They'll get the money for it because they tax you, and they get the money and they spend it on shit like that. EFL clubs have met, and there is a suggestion that fan shows can have access to media areas. EFL clubs have met, and there's the EFL clubs have met what? MFC will suggest a fans chat where vetted social media channels can have a virtual press conference with managers and players. Okay. So what? EFL clubs have met, and they're suggesting, obviously, they want to grow the clubs and make it more popular, and one thing you can do that is social media, you know, all the phone zombies, you know, you get out there and you get on their phones, but MFC have suggested a fans chat where vetted social media channels can have a virtual press conference. So the EFL saying let them into the media area, so the Paul Jiggins media suite, which means, you know, you give them accreditation, you give them, basically they get to go to the game for free, they go into the press box, they eat the food that gets delivered up for free, you know, and they write about the game, or they make videos about the game. But then Mill have said, we don't want to do that. Well, you know what we'll do? We'll have a Zoom meeting with you where you can zoom into the manager and you can ask him questions. The idea is to build bridges between supporters and players, but unprofessional and confrontational questioning will not be tolerated. So there you go. Interesting stuff there. That will be fun. An MSC member would be selected, although this does not need to be the same specific person and can be shared. The MSC has confirmed this is a good idea, but only fan show social media channels which are professional and fully briefed on what can be asked to protect the reputation of the club is vital. What? So they've said they're going to do that, and then the MFC has said, yeah, you know what, we can do that. We'll take part in that. It's like, bro, no, what? That's not what you're about. Other people are already doing this. You know, you got Chat with Chaps, you got that Millwall podcast, you got Lions TV, you got other people. Who have you got? You got Millwall TT. And then MSC has said, oh, we'll do it. Jesus Christ. The MSC confirmed that this is a good idea, but only fan shows social media channels which are professional. So what does that mean? Ones that swear? So that fucking rules me out then, don't it? Fuck off. And fully briefed on what can be asked to protect the reputation of the club is vital. So basically, you got to play ball, you don't rock the boat. And then you don't get access, you know. Basically what we're seeing around the world, you know, in the fake media, fake news. So there you go. Legacy Fund. The MSC still holds some funds from the donations from the commemorative badges for our late chairman John Berylson. KG and MF will meet to discuss the options after we consult with the Berylson family as to their preference on what they choose for John's legacy. The club have also around £28,000 from the sale of special edition programmes to go to this. So there you go. Obviously, people saying, you know, we've still got the, what was it, Zampa Road renamed to John Berylson Way, which was good touch. Some suggesting a statue. Obviously statues they can be a bit dicey. They can be a bit dicey. So I was thinking, when I have like just a large picture statue, kind of in a way, in terms of like a flat. Like, you get a big picture of John Berylson, you blow it up to be, I don't know, 6 foot, 8 foot tall, and you kind of like put it on a bit of plastic, like, what would it be? Kind of like, do you remember Subbuteo? And there was like a knockoff, but they had flat players, so it'd kind of be like that, but it's 2D. So rather than being a statue, or you could do, if you didn't want to do that, you know, a lot of statues now, they're like 3D, but you can get 2D statues. What they call them, reliefs. I think the most famous one is like Mount Rushmore. Mount Rushmore is like a relief. It's not 3D. You've got just one point of view, the front point of view. If you go around the back of Mount Rushmore, you ain't gonna fucking see shit. It's just a mountain. But from the front, looks fantastic. So maybe something like that, where it's just one-sided, might be a bit of a. I don't know if it's gonna be cheap, but obviously a bit less risky in terms of, you know, what it could be. But there you go. There's the minutes from the meeting. 6th of February. So there you go. That's it for the news. We're going to talk about the stats from the game now. If you're not sticking around, cheerio. If you are, here we go. This is the match report from whoscored.com. Millwall stole the ball often from the opposition, were effectively creating goal-scoring opportunities from set pieces, but we were poor at finishing, we were caught offside often, and we committed a high number of individual errors. We had a large quantity of possession in our opponent's half. Yes, please. Make mine a large quantity of possession in my opponent's half. We got the top performers here. We got Jake Cooper, obviously he scored the goal, does a lot of defending, so he got 7.9 rating. We got Femi Aziz with 7.4. We got Joe Bryan with 7.3, and then we got 2 West Brom players also on 7.3. Cameron Negley had the most shots in the game, 4. He was a substitute, as in he came on as a substitute. Wow. Okay. The most tackles in the game is the reformed and transformed Joe Bryan with 5, including the one that could eventually, save us from not losing. That one right at the end. So here we go. Let's have a look. Attempts. So it's 11-8, 5-4 open play, 5-3 set piece, 1-0 counter attack, and they got an own goal. We had 11 shots, we scored 1 goal. That's a 9% conversion rate. They had 8 shots, they scored 1 goal. That's a 12% conversion rate, which is, this is a standard, normal range for this division. They were mostly going down the wings, mostly going down the right hand side of 44%. We were doing the same, but a bit in the middle as well. So pretty much even spread. Shot directions, shot zones. So we had 9% of our shots in the 6-yard box this time. Action zones. Wow, 19% in the home third. There you go. Player positions. Woo, okay. That's interesting. So that is properly like a 4-2-4 then. 4-2-4. Yeah. You got Bryan, Cooper, Tanganga, Kramer, and then you've got 8 and 24, which is Billy Mitchell and Denor, obviously sitting back and filling in, so that they can go off to the sides. And then you've got 11, 25, 26, 9. Cool. So Kundal, playing a lot further forward. Femi is as well, number 11. 9 is Conley. So obviously Conley's been moved over to the other side to accommodate Femi is playing on the left. Good stuff. And you can see with West Brom, they're basically playing 4-2-1-3, sort of. Playing very wide as well, which when you see the 7 and the 32 for West Brom, and then you can see why you've got 15 and 5 for Millwall over that side and 6 and 52 for Millwall over this side, because they're playing quite wide. Let's have a look. Moving on to this match events from that game. Femi is for the assist for Jake Cooper's goal. That was his third of the 3 chances he had. How the other one didn't go in, I don't know, but he ended up scoring that one. Joe Bryan 5 minutes later, or 7 minutes later, with the own goal. And then we got the subs. They start making a sub. We make a sub. And you can see Negley comes on in the 65th minute. So he got 30 minutes to go for it, and he does go for it, doesn't he? Jed Wallace comes off. Callum Stiles comes off. That's interesting. So both the ex-Millwalls came off on the 70th minute. Funny. And then you've got Jason Malumbi getting a card right at the end for the smash into Tanganga, which was protested by George Saville. What else have we got? So if you look at the club badges, top left, top right, you can see the average player rating for each team is 6.68 for Millwall, 6.54 for West Brom. So pretty even. So you would say, what, a draw? Maybe that's that's the outcome on that. Crowd of 15,842. How about that? That's a big crowd, isn't it? What shall we look at first? Obviously, the star man of the thing is Jake Cooper. 7.9. Scored the goal. And Joe Bryan scored their goal. They didn't even score. We scored for them. What else have we got? Q Jensen with 6.3. Aziz with 7.4. And Negley coming on with 6.8. Billy Mitchell 6.9. Like I said, he wasn't that bad, actually. He wasn't that bad. Tanganga only 6.3. See, I don't know if the pressure of those the scouts watching is getting to him. he's having performance anxiety. I don't know, but let's have a look at the shots. 11-7. Damn. So, you know, in that game, obviously Kundal had a few chances but didn't get these chances away. You've got Aziz with 1 and Negley with 4, but other than that, it's all, you know, headers from Cooper and Tanganga. Now, I do think that was the tactics. You know, the first 3 chances we had were Jake Cooper headers, and he scored the 3rd one. I think that was pre-programmed, that they knew that was probably a problem with West Brom's defence, that they had a problem defending, so they exploited that, which, you know, is good to see. But the fact that Ivanovic, Kundal and Connolly didn't have a shot, it's a bit worrying. Possession 54-45. So again, a game where we've had the most possession and we have not won the game. What have we got? Cooper on the ball most, 6.6. Bryan 6.8. 6.8% of the match time with this player. That's what that means. Pass success percentage. Oh, let me just show you this. Negley, 1.1% of the match possession. Ball possession was with him. He had the most shots. So it's not about possession, it's about what you do with it. Pass success percentage, 77-73. Billy Mitchell, 84. Denor, 95. You know, Tanganga, 82. Joe Bryan, 84. Clearly, like I said, he is a bit better. Is that because of Alex Neil, or is that because the contract looming? Aziz with 85. Dribbles, 3-5. Kundal with 2. Aerials 1, 28-26. Jake Cooper with 7. Ivanovic with 5. But you can see all of the West Brom back line winning a lot of aerials as well. Joe Bryan with 4 aerials won. Tackles 20-24. Joe Bryan with 5 tackles. Well, they were mostly going down that side, weren't they? The only one who didn't win a tackle was Kundal. Corners 5-2. These are players who won the corners. So Negley winning 2 corners. Dispossessed 16-13. See, Aziz getting dispossessed of the ball, going on these runs and stuff. Understandable. Now let's finish up with this by looking through the ratings. So we've got Jay Cooper 7.93, just missing out on that 8. Obviously scored the goal. Femi Aziz next, 7.36 with the assist. Joe Bryan, now even though he got a known goal, which would have knocked his score down, he got 7.3. He's the 3rd best player in that game, apparently. Then Billy Mitchell on 4. He came off in the 75th minute. C. Oh, C is clearance off the line. The header. Don't know how much he knew about it. It was coming at him. He lifted his head up. Headed it onto the underside of the bar. That went out. C, you got 6.93. You got Denor with 6.84. And then the substitute, which you love to see, he comes off the bench on the 64th minute. He has 4 shots. 3 of them are on target. He's from only 18 touches of the ball and gets a rating of 6.81. Lowest rated player, no surprise, George Saville and George Honeyman. Not because they're bad, but because they were the substitutes who came off. They came on, so they only had 20 minutes on the pitch. So you would expect that a player who's only had 20 minutes on the pitch can't do enough to get a score. That takes him up, except for when this guy's on fire, Camille Negley. So, but although obviously he's in a different role, he's a more attacking role. But then you got Tanganga with his lowest rating for a fair old while. He's number 12 on the list, 6.26. Damn. So let's have a look at. So how many shots did we have? Was it 11, wasn't it? Yeah, how many were actually on target? So 11 shots, 6 on target. So there you go. We're following the pattern. the golden ratio, if you ain't been watching the channel, however many shots you have, half of them should be on target, and then half of them should be in goals. So we had 11 shots, 6 were on target. We clearly didn't score 3 goals, so we did underperform that, but pretty good to get 6 shots on target from 11. That's not bad. Make the goalkeeper work, make him do something. What else have we got? We were offside a lot, apparently. We were offside 4 times. Cooper, Tanganga, Aziz, and Ivanovic. Okay, defensively, as we've seen, who did what? We know about the tackles. Joe Bryan with 5 tackles. Casper Denor with 3. Kramer with 2. Tanganga with 2. Joe Caper with 2. Connolly with 2. Aziz with 2. So tackling all over the place. Interceptions, Joe Bryan again at the top. 2. Denor with 2. Kramer with 2. Clearances. Guess who's top? It's Joe Bryan with 7. Then Cooper with 6. Both of them on the left hand side. And then it's Tanganga with 5, and it drops off to Femi Aziz with 2. Kundal with 2. So that's why. Damn, look how good Joe Bryan was yesterday. Clearly, Richard Corley, he's seen it. He's not favoured him because he's a Fulham player. And look, he's 31 years old. That 31 there, that's how old he is. He's 31 years old. Probably going to be 32 this year, I would imagine, or early next year. The new contract. You got to get that new contract. Block shots. Joe Bryan again, 1. Denor 1. Billy Mitchell 1. What else have we got passing wise? We can have a look at that. The most passes of any Millwall play, Jake Hill with 52, Joe Bryan with 50, drop off to Tanganga with 39, Billy Mitchell 38, Denor 37. So you can see Billy Mitchell and Denor getting in on the passing, whereas Honeyman and that. Were they really passing? Not really. Well, it was, I guess 20 minutes on the pitch. If you time that by 3, 20 times 13. Yeah, that's about the same, really. It's the same rate. So it's about the same rate as Billy Mitchell and Denor. Crosses and accurate crosses. Femi Aziz with the production, 11-3. But that just means, does the cross find a Millwall player? Now a cross could be just put into an area for a Millwall player to run onto. So what does that count as an accurate cross? Might be an inaccurate cross. Or if you just put it in the mixer, and hope that the West Brom, they don't clear it properly, and then the Millwall players can get on it, Joe Bryan 4 and 2, George Saville 4 and 1. So George Saville coming on and putting in the crosses. That's not bad, And now, was he on set pieces? Maybe he was on the set pieces. That might be why that's like that. Long balls. Lucas Jensen 22, 7 accurate. Jake Cooper 9 and 5. Casper Denor 7 and 7. Wow. Clearly you can see accuracy of 95.6. That helps massively. 94.6 passing accuracy off of 37 passes. I mean, it's good stuff, isn't it? Good stuff. So that's it for today, because FB Ref haven't updated, so I can't show you the goal, the XG, or the shots on target. So that's going to be it. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.